Welcome back, folks. BShooter94, and we're here with the Bash at the Beach 2001 pay-per-view. We are in front of 10,000 people for this pay-per-view, which is incredible. That's a sellout for us. And this is our second real major pay-per-view since the relaunch, so very exciting stuff that we got this going on. We're selling out right from the rip here from the return of WCW. We're opening the show with a hype package recapping all the matches for this evening, which we will get to as the night progresses here. Looking forward to seeing what you guys thought for predictions, so thank you all for doing those. And thank you for keeping up with the like goals and commenting for us, guys. We greatly appreciate it. But let's get right into the pay-per-view here. The hype package with all the matches gets us a 50. All the storylines advance. Let's get to the first matchup on the card. We open the show with a triple threat match for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship in and about that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. AJ Styles defeats Christopher Daniels and Chavo Guerrero Jr. in 12:31 when AJ Styles pins Christopher Daniels with a spiral tap. AJ Styles is our new WCW Cruiserweight Champion. Now, notice here, Christopher Daniels was the one who got pinned, not Chavo Guerrero, so just notice that. Our wrestling rating on the match was a 56, which I figured it would be. Crowd was not feeling it, which is disappointing. And the overall match was a 60. Daniels with a 51, AJ a 56, and Chavo with a 62. The Cruiserweight title storyline has advanced, and we did do a creative finish here. And the way that this match is finishing is like this. So Christopher Daniels gets the frog splash from Chavo Guerrero. AJ hits the spiral tap on Chavo. Chavo rolls out of the ring. AJ gets the pin on Daniels. And the commentary lifted the match, and AJ benefited from having the hot new move. AJ getting the belt is a big thing here. We're going to start really pushing the next wave of cruiserweights that we want to bring in here and make this company different. And Chavo was doing great, but I'll be honest, guys, his thing with Psychosis and Hoovy has not hit the way I was hoping. Hoovy and Psychosis hate facing anybody and losing whatsoever. So we have to kind of adjust accordingly, and I felt this was the right move with AJ Styles getting the win. I also got Daniels and AJ's on the pay-per-view. It made the triple threat matches mean something, and it gives us a new fresh feud for the Cruiserweight Championship with Chavo Guerrero potentially chasing now and a babyface Cruiserweight Champion. So good stuff here, guys. Very much appreciating this one. We cut backstage to Shane McMahon in his office with Roddy Piper with the ref shirt on. And Shane McMahon says, "Roddy, I brought you back to WCW to be the hot rod, and I appreciate that you're here and that you're refereeing this tag team match, but I know you, Roddy. I've known you since WrestleMania 1. I know you're not just going to sit around and call this down the middle." And Roddy cuts him off there and says, "Nope, Shane, my days are over in the ring. I'm going to call this match right down the middle to find the right winners for the tag team championships. There is no bias whatsoever." As he walks out of the ring, or walks out of the office, and Shane McMahon looks like a confused face. 68 rating. So Hot Rod's says he's going to call it right down the middle tonight in that tag team championship match between Shawn O'Haire and Chuck Palumbo versus the Road Warriors. Storyline has advanced with the segment, and Roddy and Shane both performed very well. So good stuff here. Alright, in a poor match, which this is really disappointing, so I'm going to have to figure this out. The Second City Saints defeat Mark Jindrak and Shawn Stasiak in 10:30 by pinfall when CM Punk hits Mark Jindrak with a top rope pedigree. Jindrak was the weak link. Colt Cabana sustained a hernia. That sucks. Colt Cabana 55, CM Punk a 57, Jindrak a 35, Stasiak a 51. The storyline is over, so this is done. Jindrak was off his game. Punk and Cabana have excellent chemistry. Commentary, Stacy did well. Stacy and Shawn are great, and CM Punk came out looking good. 49 overall on the rate on the match. Crowd was 31 again, so both matches so far, the crowd's not vibing yet, and the overall segment got us a 41. Guys, the overall goal with this feud is simply to get Punk and Cabana to recognizable and over, so we can start doing some new things with them, and that's exactly what we did here. Jindrak and Stasiak took the bullet for this one to get to that part, but the goal is to get CM Punk and Cabana really kind of pushing them to be a potential top team for us at the end of 2001 and going into 2002. So that's exactly what we're starting to build up here. Yes, Cabana got hurt. That sucks. We have a promo from Diamond Dallas Page about his match with BG James next at Bash at the Beach, and says tonight this feud comes to a head at Bash at the Beach. And it's funny, he says that being from the Jersey Shore, the beach is right where I like to be, and tonight it just so happens that here at Bash at the Beach he's got to defeat that bitch BG James. Diamond Dallas Page is definitely kind of going towards that like cool guy, but it's very similar to his 97, 98, but also with a little bit more of a veteran presence to him. He's not taking any nonsense from really anybody, and BG James is definitely pulled on the strings of Diamond Dallas Page to get this feud going. Storyline has advanced and gained heat. Page obviously did great, and 74 on the promo. Okay. And in about the head, good heat and decent wrestling, Diamond Dallas Page defeats BG James in 13-17 by pinfall with a diamond cutter. We have a wrestling rating of 62, crowd rating 62, segment rating 62. If that's not consistent, I don't know what is. Diamond Dallas Page is 67, BG of 56, and the storyline has advanced with this matchup. So Page gets the victory here over BG James. I know that's probably controversial, and unfortunately for BG James, takes a loss on the pay-per-view. We have a backstage promo with Roddy Piper walking up to the Road Warriors, telling them not to worry about tonight, that he is going to call it straight down the middle, and that he is going to make sure that the best team wins tonight in the Tag Team Championship match. Storyline has advanced but lost heat, 46 overall on the segment. So we're really pushing that Roddy's going to call it down the middle, which usually means one of two things. And here we go. In a decent match, Chuck Palumbo and Shawn O'Haire defeat the Road Warriors in 12:50 when Shawn O'Haire pins Road Warrior Animal with a senton bomb. Roddy Piper hits a low blow on Animal, which sets up the Swanton Bomb, and leading to Chuck Palumbo and Shawn O'Haire winning the WCW Tag Team Championships. Wrestling rating of 54, the crowd of 43, and the segment was a 56. Palumbo a 51, Shawn a 50, Hawk a 56, Animal 57. The storyline has advanced. The creative finish was added to this matchup. Palumbo and Shawn O'Haire have officially turned heel, aligning with Roddy Piper as their manager, which is going to be awesome. Obviously, the Road Warriors have great chemistry. Commentary was good. That's everything for that. So we have new tag team champions here, Shawn O'Haire and Chuck Palumbo. And we're going to officially turn them heel here. Turn heel, turn heel. Roddy was already set up as a heel, as he is going to be the manager for Chuck Palumbo and Shawn O'Haire going forward, which I think is a great addition to these guys. They need someone for mic work, and Roddy's a good guy to bring in. If you remember, he did manage Shawn O'Haire for a little bit in the WWE when Shawn O'Haire was there. So I think this is going to be a nice little package together. And we have new tag champs. The Road Warriors fell to Shawn O'Haire and Chuck Palumbo after multiple attempts. So maybe with Roddy Piper by their side, maybe their luck is definitely changing. Clearly it has, because they won the WCW Tag Team Championships. The storyline has advanced in a 56 rating. We get a backstage promo from Mike Awesome discussing his match with Curt Hennig tonight, saying that Curt Hennig is trying to do everything in his power to get this WCW United States Championship from him, and that's just not going to happen. Mike Awesome says he's going to make it his goal here in WCW to make sure every person falls to him, as he is going to be the longest reigning WCW United States Champion in history, and there's not a person that can take this belt away from him. The U.S. title story has advanced but lost heat. Mike Awesome's getting better at his gimmick, which we appreciate, and 42 overall on the segment. And in a decent match, Curt Hennig defeats Mike Awesome in 13-24 by pinfall with a roll-up, and Curt Hennig is our new WCW United States Champion. 62 on the wrestling, 52 on the crowd, 64 on the match. 64 out of Curt Hennig for rating. Mike Awesome got us a 60. The U.S. title story has advanced and gained heat, and we did use a creative finish on this matchup, and the commentary lifted the match. So guys, that's 3 new champions already tonight. We have the Cruiserweight champion changing hands, the tag belts changing hands, and now Curt Hennig popping up out of nowhere with a roll-up to get the win for the U.S. Championship. I don't know if anybody saw that one coming or not, but that's where we're going with the U.S. title going forward here, as Curt Hennig with the shocking victory with the roll-up over Mike Awesome. We get a promo from Rob Van Dam about his match with Kanyon next. RVD says Kanyon says he's the innovator of offense. He clearly has not been watching me since the 90s. I've created moves that nobody else in professional wrestling can do. That's why they call me Mr. Wednesday Night. That's why Rob Van Dam is Mr. Pay-Per-View. Storyline has advanced and RVD benefits from all the things and is getting better at his gimmick with a 63 rating promo. And in a great match, about to have good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Kanyon pulls off the victory against Rob Van Dam in 13-02 by pinfall with a flatliner. The wrestling rating was a 71, crowd was a 51, and the match was a 75, which is incredible. RVD in 81, Kanyon in 60, Storyline has advanced and gained heat. We did wish we had better color commentary, but hey, we're not going to pull that. And RVD benefited from all the things, but a big win for Kanyon, which I felt he really needed here. This is going to be a good little thing for both guys, but Kanyon is going to be a guy we definitely look to the future for here, as he never really got a good shake when WWE took him in. But 75 rating on this match is incredible. I'm very happy with this. And we start the build for the main event, guys. Booker T cuts a promo on Lance Storm, saying that Lance Storm's just like every other sucker who has tried to step up to him for the WCW Championship. I'm the ace of WCW. I'm the guy carrying this company, and not a single person is taking this belt away from me. I am the five-time WCW champion, and this belt and this company runs through Booker T. Storyline has advanced and gained heat. Booker T improved and benefits from all the things. 75 on the promo from Mr. Booker T. And the main event of the evening is right now. In a superb match, Booker T defeats Lance Storm in 17-31 by pinfall with a book-in. This was a storytelling matchup, and Booker T makes defense number 2 of his WCW Championship title reign. Wrestling rating is 75, crowd is 65, segment was a 67, which is disappointing, and I'll explain why. Lance Storm is 75, Booker is 76. Storyline has advanced. We did try a creative finish here. Ignore the name of the finish. It was a failure. First one I've had of the save, which is okay. And Booker T benefited from him being the flavor of the month. So Booker T retains the WCW Championship over Lance Storm here. I think everybody kind of saw that coming, but Booker T's moving forward as our champion, and we're going to get to the rating of the show here. Let's see what we get. Booker T debuted a new spot that showcases athletic ability. His psychology will be helped by able to go to go-to spot. Thank you, Arn Anderson. Appreciate you. And we got a 69 for the pay-per-view. We increased popularity in 25 regions. That's awesome. I think this was a very successful pay-per-view, guys. 3 new champions, so some new stuff coming to the shows now. No major debuts. I'm going to be honest. We didn't do any debuts on the pay-per-view, but we had Kanyon beating RVD. We had a huge heel turn by Piper and Shawn O'Hare and Chuck Palumbo, which led to the WCW Tag Team titles changing hands. Great matches overall. Let's get to the recap of the pay-per-view here. So we're going to address the locker room. I do want to praise Chavo. I want to keep him happy. I want to praise Mike Awesome. Keep him happy. I want to praise Lance Storm. So we're going to praise both of these guys, all 3 of these guys. I feel like they deserve it. Pleased, and pleased. Good. Injury review. Colt Cabana is hurt. This is bad, but not the worst thing in the world, though, because what this will do is we can have a team take out Colt Cabana and set up the next feud for Punk and Cabana when they come back. This is probably, what, 60 days from July? That's, what, November? So that's not ideal, but we still could have CM Punk wrestle matches here and there while Cabana is hurt. So we'll figure that out. We'll work with that. Financials, how did we do? We gained $2.2 million on this show, $190K at the box office, pay-per-view revenue $2 million, $55K in merchandise. We love to see it. We're now over the $13 million threshold. So we keep building money, guys. We're doing good. Our popularity, let's see, we went up to 48 in the Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, Mid-South, Midwest, New England, and Northwest. So we jumped 2 points in all of these spots. We jumped 2 points in the Southwest and Tri-State, and we gained one more spot in the Southeast, which is good. We gained a spot in Canada, and we gained a little bit in the Oceania area. So we're getting there. I would love to get to the point where we can tour the U.S. with the popularity. We're just not there yet. But we're doing good. We're doing really good. And my favorite part of pay-per-view is the media scrum. Let's take a look, see what we got. You have chosen to take part in the media. We saw Colt Cabana get hurt. He will hopefully recover swiftly. AJ Styles won the WCW Cruiserweight Championship title tonight. Should we expect him a long title reign? Yes, let's do that. How concerned are you by the off night like Skipper had? Granted, it was a pre-show match. I'm sure it was a one-off. Road Warrior Animal's off his game. How disappointed are you in his consistency? Everyone has an off night. It's fine. As Palumbo and O'Hare are WCW Tag Team Champions tonight, does this herald the start of a strong push? Yes. With Curt Hennig winning the WCW United States Championship, does this mean a big push for him? Let's see how the reign develops. And that's it. And the phase is complete. So, guys, we have gone through everything when it comes to Bash at the Beach here. Hopefully, we can get something going here. I got to write the next Nitro. But, guys, the first thing we're going to do before we get to the next Nitro is I am going to record, depending how long it is, I'm going to see where it ends up. But I'm hoping to do a kind of a half of the year review. I know we started in May, but we're kind of at that halfway point in the year. So I'm just going to do a review of where everybody's at in the world after a couple months. See what's changed, see what hasn't changed, all the things, right? So that's going to be the next episode, depending how long that is. If it's too short, I'm just going to attach it to the next Nitro. But other than that, guys, again, keep smashing the like goal. Let's do a goal this time. Let's hit at least 10 likes on the next video. Throw some comments in there, see what you guys think about the show. I appreciate you guys keeping this going, and we'll be back with the next show, hopefully in the next couple days. But until then, I'll see you guys then.